What's up, guys? Amster Knows Hoops back today with another video. And today, guys, we are back with episode 2 of the Contender or Pretender series. And this time we're covering a Eastern Conference team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are currently third in the East, I believe only a game or two or game and a half behind the Milwaukee Bucks for the possible second seed in the East. Now, they're 46 and 31, 17th in offense, 8th in defense. Their half-court offense and defense look very similar. I believe they're 7th in half-court defense and 18th in half-court offense. So just below average in offense and elite defensively. And to be honest, this here is going to be a very fun video to make, just because I get to kind of give more in-depth look at why I think this team might be what it is. So the first thing I want to talk about is don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. We're at 717 subs. I want to hit 800 by the end of April. That'd be an awesome birthday gift to me. And I want to hit 1K by the end of the playoffs. I know we can do 1K, guys. So please, please, please share this with your friends. Spread it around. And let's see how accurate it is come playoff time. So the first player we're going to talk about is Darius Garland, who, quite frankly, has had a down season, especially in comparison to his previous year, where he was an all-star, averaging 18, 3, and 7 on 45 from the field, which isn't bad, 36 from 3, which is solid, and then 84 from the line. And let's kind of get into where Garland's issues have sort of lied. So coming up here on this first clip, we're going to sort of take a look at Garland's, scoring woes, right? So Terry Rozier misses a shot. Team starts pushing in transition. That's Sam Merrill, right? Gives the ball up to Garland. And something we're going to see here is what I think a lot of good to decent playoff teams that can actually run this sort of defense are going to do. Just after half a second, look at what Caleb Martin does. He tags Jared Allen and basically he's like, okay, I know he's not going to be able to create anything here for himself. So let me just go and blitz / trap Darius Garland, right? So Garland says, let me shoot this now. This is by far the better play, just kicking it right up to Sam Merrill, right? But instead, Garland takes this kind of crazy shot, right? And then you have a little bit of a weird possession, right? Caleb Martin misses. Jared Allen gives the ball up to Garland. They're pushing, right? Trying to create some form of offense. George Niang gives a bit of the screen action. Ball out. Now, he steps all the way back here, which I don't know how I feel about having to restart all the way from here when you have 13 seconds, right? But gets Jovic one-on-one. A bit of a weird, tough shot, right? Misses, right? And I just think it's one of those things. Garland needs to get easier shots for himself as well, from what I'm seeing, in the film that I've had to watch, both when I did my positive video, when they got on their win streak, and seeing this team without him, and watching some games with him back, right? So Garland's going to get the ball here with Caleb Martin, right? They're going to run this pick and roll. Again, notice, even though Caleb Martin takes second, they're still basically committing 2 men, pause, to Darius Garland. And he does a really good job here of weaving in between. And again, you still have to respect him as a passer. Like, just because I show a play, guys, for any player, where it's like they should have done this, it doesn't mean they're not capable. I usually point out because I think they're more than capable of doing that extra read and what they should do. Right? But this is a beautiful layup play by Garland, right? Attacking the rim, spicing it up. And Garland's still a good passer and playmaker, right? We're going to see this coming up. So he calls they get the stagger screen action, right? Except it's a fake, right? There's no action here from Sam Merrill. Caleb Martin, right? And again, notice what the Heat do, right? So Martin rolls behind the screen like he's a damn 007. And Jaime is just about ready to go. And again, blitz Darius Garland. But that's a good read, right? Corner shot, Marcus Morris. I almost forgot he was on this team, to be 100% honest, until I'd done this video. Right, so again, you're pushing. Merrill gets the ball. And Garland does a good job here, right? He's moving off the ball. He's trying to get kind of back into some form of positioning. Gets Allen, right? And this is what Garland does best. He's great with the roll guy, especially, Allen, Mobley, who aren't necessarily the best at creating for themselves. And to me, to be 100% honest, I think, so if they're the 3 seed now, I believe Miami is the 6 seed. Eric Spoelstra is an incredibly intelligent coach. I am trapping Darius Garland, blitzing, whichever you want to use, whatever word. Because in my opinion, just worse on paper, New York Knicks did it just a year ago. I'll never forget. It was game 1. I believe it was within the first minute. Garland's dribbling it up the court. Immediately 2 bodies went up to him and started blitzing him and forcing him to get uncomfortable. Right? And because the only other ball handler / self-creator was Donovan Mitchell, right? At that point, if he's not close enough to Garland, he's going to give it to somebody who can't really create for themselves. So you already know it's one of 2 things. Unless the guy is wide open, like we saw in that earlier clip, where Garland makes the perfect read at the perfect time with that attempt at a blitz. Or you're going to get shots like we showed the very first one, where he got blitzed, and instead of seeing the open man curling around to the top of the key, he goes, let me try and take this. Now, speaking of the bigs, because I had sort of just spoken about them, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, right? Evan Mobley is giving you 16, 10, and 3 on 59 from the field, 39 from 3 on 1 a game, so take it or leave it, I guess. 71 from the line with 2.4 stocks, or as I always say, steals and blocks. Jared Allen is averaging 16, 11, and 3 on 63 from the field, 0 from 3, also doesn't take any, 75 from the line with 1.8 stocks, right? And we're going to have a conversation about Mobley a little bit later on, but let's kind of just get into what, we can see coming up. So we got D-Mitch here with the mask looking like Batman, So they're running all these little off-ball actions, get to Mobley, right? And one of the issues for Mobley is his self-creation in offense, right? Just look at this moment here. Mo Bamba basically just shuts him down. The footing isn't there, the footwork, right? We already see it off the rip. First, they do a great fake DHO, right? That's not a bad action at all. In fact, you could have argued Merrill probably should have kept going, and Mobley could have made a little bounce pass here to go for a lay, right? But Oubre scooches over. And at this point, he doesn't really have control, and he just kind of, gets lost in the sauce. And gets blocked again by Oubre, right? Mobley's self-creation is still very, very, very rough. And they're going to run a little off-ball screen, right? Trying to get Mobley up, right? Tap so that Maxi's on him. But again, the thing is when they run these created shots for these 2 bigs, if that score is not immediate / the defensive big or whoever is there is able to sort of slow it down, it looks a little rough, right? Just look at that. Boom. Again, just shut down by Mo Bamba. Nothing you can do about it, right? And Mobley's still, by the way, a incredible defender, right? Let's just look at this, right? Oubre comes up. He says, no. Goes to grab the board, right? Gets lost. Boom. He just got timing. Mobley has always been praised for his defense, even in college at USC, right? That was what he was known for. So, of course, that's what he's going to bring here, right? And what I love here, too, by the way, is Jared Allen attempting to reach, but instead, just waits. Again, these bigs know the defensive timing, which I like a lot. Defensively, I like those 2 bigs, right? That's a good defensive front court to have, right? But offensively is when things for me start to get a little questionable. So Fred VanVleet goes over to Amen, and again, just Jared Allen just waiting, right, in this pick and roll action. So Garland just sticks with Thompson, right? Allen waits, and then right as Asar's going up, Asar. No, Amen. My apologies. Goodness gracious, guys. Been a long day. Beautiful block here by Jared Allen. Gets the ball, right? 10 seconds left. A play had to get made. Now, again, I love these 2 bigs defensively. But when I'm looking at Evan Mobley, he's in year 3 now, about to go into year 4, right? And he does have a little bit of leeway because he did get hurt, right? And the same thing with Garland. Like, I'm not saying these guys are, busts or trash or bottom feeders in the league. But Evan Mobley's offensive game, as it stands right now, it just looks like it is what it is. And what I mean by that is, when you go on NBA Twitter, right? And it's NBA Twitter, so you see all sorts of nonsense. But there's always a good 2 to 3 week stretch where it's like, man, Evan Mobley's offense just gets a little better. He could be one of the best players in the league, right? And they're not wrong. Like, if Mobley's offense stepped up, I would say like 20%, and he was able to not necessarily create for himself like he's KD or something, but at least like be able to, put the ball on the floor and create something. But right now, it just doesn't look like he can. And Jared Allen is who he is as a scorer, right? It's going to be a lot of lobs, a lot of dunks, putbacks, which is fine. Again, everyone has their thing. Same thing for, Rudy Gobert is about to probably win his, I believe, his 4th or his 5th depoy. Offensively, it's the same thing. Lobs, putbacks, dunks. And that's fine. But to me, when you're going up against teams like Boston, even like the Magic, the Knicks, like those are teams right there. I mean, this not as much the Sixers. I do like Kelly Oubre though for them defensively at the perimeter. But there are some teams there that can really punish the fact that these bigs cannot self-create. And then finally, Donovan Mitchell, averaging 27, 5, and 6 on 46 from the field, 37 from 3, 87 from the line. Also been injured. I think he's playing 52 games this season so far. We've only got about 10 games left, so at max he's going to get like 62. And this team just doesn't look the same without him. Like, not even remotely close. He's by far their best player, their most important player, all of that jazz. So let's get into it, right? Gets the ball, right? Mitchell starts pushing. They say, okay, cool. Right, they run a little tag screen. Jared Allen, right, kicks the ball up to Mobley. They're waiting, they're chilling. Out to Mitchell, right, 8 seconds. Boom, boom. Create that separation right there, right? That's a tough shot, but that's a Donovan Mitchell make. Like, that's a Donovan Mitchell type of shot. Versus someone, I don't like someone like Garland getting those shots personally, consistently. And again, you get the little option screen here, right? And again, tough but beautiful play by Mitchell, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him, especially with the bigs playing up. But I think we also have to remember Donovan Mitchell still does have a tendency at times where he picks some shots where I'm like, I don't know about this. Like, here he's basically just trying to get a foul. I'm not going to lie. Like, look at his, I believe his right foot. Or his left foot, my apologies. And you see him even try and like throw it out a little bit to be like, oh, shooting motion. He got me. That's a foul. And you see him even like surprised, like, whoa. Come on. Right. And Donovan Mitchell actually has stepped up as a passer playmaker. Just in his time in Cleveland in general. Right. Garland's going to get the ball here. Give it up to Allen. Back over to Mitchell. Right. 6 seconds left. Allen, the whole team's ball watching him. Understandably so. 4.7. You're Donovan Mitchell. No look. Out to the corner to Strus. Bang. Corner 3. Right. And this is not to say he's also not without his flaws. Right. Mitchell gets the ball back here. Tries to sort of get the ball out to Allen. Hopefully, no. So, with all of our film looked at, when I look at this Cleveland Cavaliers team, unfortunately, I see a pretender. I think depending on who they see in the first round, like if they see a Heat, I'm pretty confident in picking the Heat, to be 100% honest. I think you're going to run a trap on Mitchell or Garland pretty consistently, and you're going to force Mobley or Allen to show you that they can beat you. And if Garland plays like he did in the last playoffs, this is going to look really rough. Now, I don't think this team is bad. I think they need to really kind of pick an option, pick a route. Do they want to stick with this young idea with Garland, or do they want to keep Mitchell around? Because, I mean, every report is about Mitchell's ready to get out of there. So as always, guys, this is M's for No Hoops. Let me know what you guys think about Cleveland. Do you think they are pretenders as well? Do you think they're a first round out? Do you think maybe they beat up a team like the Heat, but then, yeah, their luck is run up? Let me know what you guys think down below. As always, this is M's for No Hoops. Have a beautiful rest of your day, guys. Peace out.